A day in the life of a Jamia student begins much before the sun rises and ends much after it sets.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
A typical day for a Jamia student begins with the optional tahajjud prayer. After that, the students offer their Fajr prayer in the Jamia Masjid, which is located in the main hostel.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
After that, the students proceed to the cafeteria, which is directly adjacent to the Jamia Masjid within the same hostel. After breakfast, the students return to their respective hostels to prepare for the day. When the students return to their hostels, they ensure a few things. For example, making sure that their uniform is ironed. Now, the students have to remember that at 7:50, they have to be present at Jamia for the roll call.
तुझको है एक मंजिल की तलाश मुझको एक आतिश फिशा पुरवल वाला दिल की तलाश मुझको एक आतिश फिशा पुरवल वाला दिल की तलाश मुझको एक आतिश फिशा.
Our day starts in the morning with assembly, where students arrive in Jamia at 7:50 and stand in their respective classes for roll call. And after roll call, we have a student selected at random to do tilawat, after which we repeat some of the prayers that Hazrat Anwar Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasir al-Aziz has prescribed everyone to repeat every day. And after this, an excerpt is presented from the writings of Hazrat Masih Maud ﷺ for advice throughout the day.
याद रखे ये सब काम खुदा ताला के फजल के बगैर नहीं होंगे इसलिए खुदा के हुजूर गिड़गिड़ाते हुए
The Prophet Messiah ﷺ founded this institution after the passing of two stalwart and scholarly companions. And as such, as Hazrat Masih Maud ﷺ stated, the purpose of this Jamia was to produce God-fearing scholars within the Jamaat. Jamia Ahmadiyya Canada focuses on the academics of the students in various ways. In the beginning, the first 2 years mainly focus on language building.
So added to this. So this وهو مضاف. We can say no وهو مضاف, but not important. But we should know this مضاف إليه. So always مضاف إليه.
In the 3rd and 4th year, other courses also start, such as Tariq Islam, which is the history of Islam. The science of hadith is taught, and the interpretation of a hadith as well.
أن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا يحل لرجل
The courses of tafasir, which is the commentary of the Holy Quran, starts in 4th year. Comparative studies of religions starts in 4th year and becomes heavier in the 5th year.
वो अमाल यानी शिर्क उनको भी अल्लाह ताला ने पैदा किया तो दो एक ऑपोजिट चीजें हैं क्योंकि यहाँ अल्लाह ताला सवालिया निशाना ताबूदूना तो इसीलिए हुजूर कह रहे हैं कि ये तर्जुमा नहीं हो सकता.
For the senior most students in Jamia, Spanish classes are also offered to aid them in the field, as Jamaat Canada has been assigned the Latin American countries or the South American countries. So as one person moves in their stages within Jamia, their volume becomes more in the courses. Some periods are dedicated throughout the week to enhance the students in many ways, such as the speech periods, which are in all 3 languages, for learning the art of speech in Arabic, Urdu, and English, so that they know how to deliver a speech in all 3 languages. We also have the cassette period, which is dedicated to watching various informative documentaries. And the main purpose of this is, of course, to increase knowledge, and another purpose is to catch up on any khitabat or sermons or lectures of Huzur Anwar throughout the week.
सही पे हम और कुंजे आफियत का जोड़ क्या सही पे हम और कुंजे आफियत का जोड़ क्या मुझको है मंजिल से नफरत तुझको मंजिल की तलाश मुझको है मंजिल से नफरत.
When the final bell rings at 1:40 p.m., the students begin their preparation for Zohar prayer. The students pack their things, perform their ablutions, and make their way to Baitul Islam Mosque.
आतिश फिशा पुरवल वला दिल की तलाश ढूंढती फिरती थी शम्मे नूर को महफिल कभी ढूंढती फिरती थी शम्मे.
Following the Zohar prayer, the students proceed back to the cafeteria to enjoy their lunch. And this lunch is based on a menu which has been specifically approved by Huzur Anwar Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasrihil Aziz, which shows that Huzur tends to every aspect when it comes to the lives of Jamia students.
तो है खुद शम्मा को दुनिया में महफिल की तलाश अब
Now, after an hour and a half, they proceed to sports, which occur regularly at 4 p.m.
दुनिया में महफिल की तलाश हम नशी तुझको.
Physical activities in Jamia are just as important as anything else. Huzur Ayyadullah Ta'ala ibn Aziz himself has instructed all of us students to do any type of physical activities for at least 2 hours every day. Every day from 4 to 6, we get together in the gym to play different sports, whether it be basketball, volleyball, soccer, or what some other students do is just work out. At 5 o'clock, it's Asr time. So we leave off whatever sport we're playing, whether the game's over or not, we just stop, we go do wuzu, and then we get together and offer namaz in congregation. Not only is Jamia considered a very competitive team in Canada, but also in the US as well. Jamia takes part in this one tournament hosted by the US Jamaat called MIST, And it happens twice a year where they host sports such as basketball, volleyball, soccer. So Jamia sends teams for these as well, and they perform quite well. Alhamdulillah, in the past few years, we've also attained quite a lot of success in these tournaments and won the basketball tournament recently as well. The purpose of joining these tournaments is not only to just win and come back, rather it is to build a connection with the khuddam that are taking part in this tournament, to build a relationship of brotherhood and trust.
Following sports time, the students return back to their hostels, and here they have some time to freshen up and perhaps do some homework that they may have gotten throughout the day. Now, in the midst of their work comes time for Maghrib. Now, they proceed to the mosque for the Maghrib prayer, and immediately after this prayer is time for dinner. So they proceed back to the main hostel and enjoy their dinner. The hostel life in Jamia is very interesting because many of us come to Jamia after having lived with our parents or our siblings for 17 or 18 years of our life. And now we're faced with the challenge of living with 70 to 80 people that we've never seen before. But it's amazing how God the Almighty puts love and friendship between these people that have never met before in their lives, and how it is that you learn from these people and you grow from these people. Following the Isha prayer, the students return back to their hostels for the last time, and this commences the last part of their day, which is known as study time. As study time winds down, so too does the day of Jamia students. As per the instruction of Hazur Anwar Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasrihil Aziz, the lights go out at 11 p.m. and the students rest in preparation for another day of Jamia Ahmadiyya.
What does Jamia mean to me? To me, Jamia is the primary source from which I can grow my connection with Hazur Anwar Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Nasrihil Aziz.
What does Jamia mean to me? To me, Jamia is a lifestyle.
What does Jamia mean to me? Well, the word Jamia itself means university, but Jamia means much more to me than just that.
Academics aside, the spiritual ocean that we can derive from the company of Hazur Anwar, from the love of Hazur Anwar, from the affection that he grants to the students, we see this every single year. And we experienced a glimpse of this when Hazur Anwar came last year to Jamia Ahmadiyya Canada. The amount of affection that Hazur Anwar has for the Jamia students is something that is worth everything. You know, even if someone were to gain nothing but this, their life would be fulfilled.
It's not just a institute that you attend, you gain some knowledge, you meet new people, get to know them, and then that's it. Rather, this is a training, a lifestyle that you go through to become a better person. This is supposed to make you a better person physically and spiritually. The purpose of Jamia for me is to hold on to everything I need to get closer to my God. The purpose of Jamia for me is to control myself and to better condition myself so that I can help spread that message which I feel to be true. The purpose of Jamia for me is to better understand who I really am.
Because Jamia is not like an ordinary school, at least for me. Jamia is almost like it's where I live, it's where I make friends. Everything is here for me. My friends are here. I learn here, and most importantly, it's where I can progress in my spirituality. So, to describe Jamia as just a school for me, that's not right. Jamia is much more to me than just that, right? It's the institution of a prophet. And, how many people in the world can say that the founder of my school was somebody that, God loved so dearly and, God held in such high esteem.
And this is what Jamia means to me.
This is what Jamia is for me.
So that's what Jamia means to me.
गुलशने आलम की रौनक है फकत इंसान से गुल बनाने हो अगर तूने तो करगिल की तलाश